losing ground in the polls, and not just losing ground, losing his poll position in California. Joe Biden has gone to war on the very notion of Medicare for all. Now, politically, that may or may not make sense. It's somewhat of a gamble, just as much as taking and going for Medicare for all is a gamble. Both are gambles, but he is gambling that he can bury this into the ground. And by burying this into the ground, this particular issue, as a noble idea, but unrealistic, unworkable, undoable, we just need to, incrementalism, we shouldn't think of big things. No, we can't have good things. We need to think small. If he can bury this into the ground, his next few opponents, Sanders, Warren, and Harris, mind you, by the way, who's leapfrogged him and taken the pole position in California, that he may be able to get out of this primary. Welcome to the Soapbox. My name is Jamarl Thomas. This is the Progressive Soapbox. Guys, if you enjoy this content and you find yourself coming back to this channel often, please consider supporting this content through PayPal or Patreon, not to mention liking and sharing the video. That's only if you actually like the video. So let's talk about Joe Biden. So Joe Biden has relegated himself to lying about Medicare for all. Now, I've noted this in the other videos. I think one video I have called Policing Biden. But Joe Biden is literally standing on a stage, open mouth, lying about Medicare for all. Now, you know I like Sanders, so don't take my word for it. Take the entirely biased actor, CNN, who also called Biden out for his lying on Medicare for all. This is the specific quote that CNN was pointing to and that the Sanders camp was pointing to. Sanders camp came on and said he just flat out lied. They're calling a lie, which I love. He just lied. Here, the lie in black and white. You can see it for yourself. Not making it up.
You have, when you were working, liked your, and you may still be working, many of you, how many of you like your employer-based health care? Did you think it was adequate? Now, if I come along and say, finish, you can't have it anymore. Well, that's what Medicare for All does. You cannot have it, period. Number one. There's a hiatus spot in between, by the way, how long it's going to take.
So 2 points. If Joe Biden would have followed up that question of, if we're telling you that we're getting rid of your healthcare insurance, how many of you like it? Now, if we tell you that you can still keep ask the question to some degree, right? I mean, there will be some people. Look, I don't think anybody is in love with their insurance companies. People want to keep their healthcare plan. That's the first point. It's the way you ask the question. The second, and by the way, on the second point from that, every year that I was at my company, we changed insurance companies. Every year. Same thing with my wife. Every year. Every time you change a job, you change insurance companies. Medicare for all is stability. Medicare for all is stability. What he's talking about is jumping around with different insurance companies because these guys are looking for the cheapest. The second point, and the more problematic point with that, hiatus. There is no hiatus. There is no hiatus. Nobody has ever said there was a hiatus. Joe Biden just lied. He just made that up. He made that up because he wanted to scare that particular audience, this AARP audience. He wanted to scare the shit out of them. And the way he did it was saying, you're going to lose your health care. You're going to lose access to your doctor. Your health care is important to you. You're older. You may be seeing a doctor often. My grandmother sees a doctor like every day. Be afraid of Medicare for all. When the honest and the sad reality of it is, Medicare for all would be better for them. It expands the coverage that these people get. It is a better alternative for them. Medical bills go away. And yet he's scaring them with this. This is the same tactic that Republicans use, by the way, when they're demonizing Democrats. And look, don't take my word for it. This is CNN. The liberal bastion CNN. Joe Biden misleads with the claim that Bernie Sanders' Medicare for all will cause a hiatus. Just flat out, he's lying. And right here. To Sanders and to us, it sounded like Biden was suggesting that Sanders' plan would result in sick people having a gap in their insurance coverage during the transition to single payer. We contacted 4 experts in health policy. All 4 said that the transition to single payer would not, NOC, result in people facing sick breaks in their coverage, such breaks in their coverage. Though they also made clear that they could not be certain about what Biden meant. Well, it sounded like to CNN, and it sounded like to me, and it sounded like to Sanders that he was telling a team that there would be a hiatus. I just gave you the video. I'll put the link at the bottom. You can see it for yourself. And CNN, who has not been a friend to Sanders at all, either comes out and says Biden is lying. Biden is not telling the truth. They're using the term mislead, but mislead, come on. He told them flat out that you're going to have a gap in your coverage if you transition to a single payer. That is an out and out, flat out lie. Call a lie a lie. That's a lie. Joe Biden has just lied about Medicare for all. And if you got to lie about the other guy's plan, it makes me think there's something wrong with your own. I'll leave it here. Don't want this video to be long, just a police and Biden video. And there's other stories that I want to get to today. But Joe Biden lies about Medicare for all. Joe Biden is fact-checked on his claims by CNN and gets called out on those claims. Policing Joe Biden. Call a lie a lie. He's lying about Medicare for all. Like, share, support through PayPal and Patreon. Thanks all.